What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and you can see from this headline, Birds of Prey not okay with $33+ million opening. And Birds of Prey, we've been talking about it in the lead up. The way that this film has been marketed to everyone, I think really turned a lot of people off. The fact that so much was focused on being less male gazy, so much was focused on Ewan McGregor just kept coming out and talking about misogyny, like daily misogyny that you ladies have to deal with. That's what this film's talking about. And the fact that it's rated R, the fact that you have characters that don't look anything like their comic book character counterparts, I think all of this is contributing right now to something that DC and Warner Brothers did not want. The projections for this were originally supposed to be the lowest of any DCEU movie, which was $50 to $55 million. Now, if it's coming to be around 33 million, that is going to be a huge disappointment. This movie will struggle to make money if that's the case, which is just sad. But let's read through a little here what Deadline says. It's not looking so spectacular for Warner Brothers' Harley Quinn movie Birds of Prey, which seen a Friday of $12.5 million, including last night, Thursday night's $4 million, and opening weekend around $33.5 million. Per industry figures this afternoon. Finance sources prefer to wait till the overseas figures come back in to determine whether the net $85 million in production is in the black. Some argue with me the price is much more. And I have heard, we've heard basically 84 million to like 96 million in that area. Somewhere around there is likely the production cost for the movie. At 33.5, Birds of Prey is currently tracking under its $50 to $55 million projection and under what Warner Brothers was hoping for. The internalized tracking for WB was $45 million. This is significantly below that. We'll give this DC Suicide Squad spinoff a chance to try and take off before we pluck its feathers in full, but I will say this, and I actually kind of agree with this. It's a lazy R-rated movie full of F-bombs, and it feels in its bones like a PG-13 movie, especially coming out of Suicide Squad. It's not edgy, ultra-violent, and genre-pushing like all these other things. And by making this movie R, the studios potentially sidelined the younger female skewing Harley Quinn fan base. And I totally agree with that. And that's one of the things I said when I was on stream last night is Suicide Squad, it was hated by a lot of people. I enjoyed Suicide Squad much more than I enjoyed this movie, because I did go see this movie. My review is available on my channel. I went and saw this movie, and I just didn't enjoy it. There was almost nothing in there. There's some cool fight scenes, but the humor I didn't get. I didn't really like Harley, just her, not interacting with everybody else, and that's so much what this movie is. If you like Harley Quinn, then maybe you'll really like this movie. There's definitely a chance, because I do think that Margot is the most character accurate to Harley Quinn of all the other characters in this movie. But it's just sad that it's coming down to this, and I do think so much of it is marketing and this weird decision to make it R-rated. They just are dropping F-bombs for no reason. Like they said, it's not ultra-violent. There is some violence. There's a part where some dude's legs get broken. You don't really see very much gore, though. You see some limbs breaking, but not a lot of gore. Why couldn't this movie have been PG-13? When it was Halloween, when Suicide Squad came out, that Halloween, all these people were wearing Harley Quinn outfits, and I think a lot of those people you lost with this movie because they might not be old enough to go see it by themselves. Because I remember that Halloween, you had 2 consecutive Halloweens. One was dominated by Harley Quinn, the other was dominated by Wonder Woman. DC was dominating with this younger group of fans, and unfortunately, it seems like they've kind of let that slip through their fingers. Case in point, last night teens made up a minority of moviegoers, yet loved the movie the most at 94% on PostTrack. Will they come out tonight? Will they buy tickets to Gretel and Hansel and sneak into Birds of Prey? Will those great reviews and exit scores translate into bucks? Yeah, absolutely. And, you can see that this is another article, Birds of Prey opening lower than expected at the box office. It talks about this Deadline article and things like that. But they're also saying, it's worth noting that Rotten Tomatoes has sank to 82%, but are these positive reviews? You have a lot of critics giving it positive reviews. Is that going to lead to any good word of mouth, or do people at this point just not care at all? I know personally I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes, but there's some people that it seemingly they do still care about what review aggregate sites say. Is that going to affect? Could it rebound? Maybe. I guess. I just think that unfortunately DC is going to be, or Warner Brothers is going to be sitting back there scratching their heads again at what we did wrong with this movie that didn't resonate. I can tell you for me, I'm just looking forward to moving on from Birds of Prey. I don't want to sit here and massacre it because it sucks, because I love DC, and it's just a bad movie in my opinion. It's not super woke, to be honest with you. There's some moments of girl power. There's some moments of, this man got over me or whatever, but that's not what the whole movie's about by any stretch of the imagination. And if you're sitting there and you're telling me that it is and you haven't seen it, or that's all you were looking for when you saw it, then I guess we'll just have to disagree, because I personally just don't think it was that woke. There's a couple girl power moments, but this is a girl superhero movie. That's what it is. And people are saying, oh, there's not a good man in the movie. I would just disagree. I would say you actually have to watch the movie before you make that kind of judgment. But whether you pay for it or whether you get it some other way, I would watch the movie before you try to tell me that there wasn't any good men in the movie. And that's why it's woke. But anyway, the bottom line is that Birds of Prey is just absolutely tanking right now. Sad to me as a DCU fan, but they need to give us better content. This is a shit movie, in my honest opinion. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think there's any chance that Birds of Prey rebounds and gets maybe back up to their projections? Do you think there's a chance that this movie loses money? That would be the crazy part. I think it needs to make somewhere between $240 and $250 million worldwide, maybe a little more, to break even. Is it going to get there? The international numbers are not coming back well either. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think it was mostly marketing that killed this movie, or was it the fact that it's just not a good movie? Let me know. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.